Hey gang, it's Monday. I do have a Monday editorial for you to start off the week. So tired. I don't know if I did an editorial on this story, the original, when the incident happened, but I'm going to bring it to your attention. I'm going to post a link to this story in the description box below. It comes to us courtesy of the Washington Post. Now, BET also did a story on this as well, and it's referenced Mayor Buttigieg. Is it Buttigieg? Buttigieg? I don't know. Pete Buttigieg. I can't say that. I'm sorry, Pete. But he's on the campaign trail, and he addressed a crowd who was a hugely black crowd, and they totally freaking went off on him. And it was pretty much surrounding the lack of trust that they have for this guy who is the mayor of South Bend, Indiana. And they mention in here the shooting of 54-year-old Eric Jones. Now I'm going to go through that as well here. But on the campaign trail, Pete Buttigieg, I can't say your name, I'm sorry, the mayor of South Bend, Indiana, largely faced a warm reception as he emerged from relative obscurity to become a promising Democratic presidential contender. But when he addressed a majority black audience on Sunday in South Bend, things were a little different. Buttigieg wasn't speaking as a candidate, but as the mayor of a city where emotions have run high since a white police officer shot a black man last week and failed to capture the fatal confrontation with his body camera. Of course he did. The town hall meeting, which Buttigieg convened to respond to the rising tensions, descended into chaos as community members shouted their anger and frustration. At times, the mayor struggled to speak amid the interruptions, and he was repeatedly heckled and booed. One audience member yelled, "We don't trust you." Another yelled, "Liar." The police shooting fallout is the latest example of how thorny questions of race are playing a central role in the Democratic primary. Mostly recently exemplified by backlash over Joe Biden's remarks about working hand in hand with segregationists and the ongoing debate over reparations, slavery reparations. As the Washington Post's Wesley Lowery reported, the shooting of 54-year-old Eric Logan has exposed Buttigieg's I couldn't say that with a straight face, chilly relationship with South Bend's black community, which could potentially hurt him as he attempts to appeal to black voters on a national scale. Now, Buttigieg, somebody's walking out the gate over here. Buttigieg, whose campaign announced the day after the shooting that he had canceled a series of scheduled appearances so that he could stay in South Bend, told reporters after the town hall meeting that he intended to follow up on the suggestions raised by residents at the meeting. Now, this Eric Jones, what happened apparently is 54-year-old Eric Jones was rummaging through vehicles. He was committing a crime. I get that. Because I wouldn't want someone going through my car. I'd beat his ass. However, when the police confronted him, they said that he had a knife and they shot him. It was a fatal police shooting. The police officer allegedly forgot to turn on his body camera. So there's no footage of the shooting. It's just the police reporting this happened. And of course, 54-year-old Eric Jones was fatally shot by the police. Now, again, that's the importance of us recording the police. I know there's law enforcement officers that don't like us filming them. Why are you standing there recording me? I'm trying to do my job, and I got you standing there with a camera recording me. Yeah, that's because cops like this guy forget to turn on your body camera, or you don't have body cameras. Well, you don't believe, you think police lie? Yes, you guys lie all the friggin' time, and your buddies justify your bad behavior. That's how it is. I don't know that I've ever heard a cop, well, maybe once, not justify bad behavior. There was a video out there of a cop who was going off on residents, and another cop just corrected him and said, "These people have to live here. You got that?" And he freaking chewed that cop's ass, and I was like, good cop. So I did hear that where one cop chewed another cop's ass on camera and said, "These people have to live here." But for the most part, over 90% of officers will justify cops' bad behavior. they will say, well, he's just doing his job, and come on, you're making up stuff. You're making a mountain out of a molehill. He's just trying to do his job. No, why don't you just call it what it is? He's being a bully, or he's violating policy, or he's committing a fucking crime. But these cops want to justify their buddies' bad behavior, their coworkers' bad behavior, because they do, well, come on, he's out there working hard for you. So we don't know what happened here with 54-year-old Eric Jones, because there's no body camera footage, and nobody was out there, no cop watchers were recording it. Guys, you've got it. When you see the police, pick up a camera, pick up a smartphone, run out there and record it. It's for your community. You're doing a service to your community by doing that. If the cop doesn't have a body camera, or the nuthead forgets to turn it on, you've got a body camera because you're recording. That's the importance of recording the police. So all you cops who watch my videos, I know you do, Officer Rob, you keep going through my driver's license information. It's unlawful. I'm going to turn you in. That's why, all you cops who watch my videos, now you know why I record the police. Shit like this. I mean, what if the guy did have a knife, and what if he ran at the cop? We don't know that because there's no body camera footage and there were no cop watchers. That's the importance of cop watching, and that's the importance of you guys, if you have body cameras, to turn the sons of bitches on. Moving on, I'm not going to harp on that anymore. Buttigieg, whose campaign announced the day after the shooting that he had canceled a series of scheduled appearances so that he could stay in South Bend, told reporters after the town hall meeting that he intended to follow up on the suggestions raised by residents at the meeting. Now, he announced his presidential campaign the day after the Eric Jones shooting. Timing's everything, and I don't know that was the best timing. He said that you can sense the pain not only around this incident, but around our history. Not only around our history as a city, but what's happening everywhere when it comes to the disempowerment that so many black Americans have felt in relationship to the police. And he goes on, and obviously that was expressed in a lot of ways today. Well, yeah, cops I think I've harped on that in this already. But they talk some more about it here. One man yells, quote, "You got to get back to South Carolina like you was yesterday." So he's got to get back. You got to leave us. You got to go back to your campaign trail, huh? I don't see it in here, but I think somewhere in the story he said something about, "I just want your vote." And this lady said, "Well, you're not getting it," she yelled. So I'm going to put the link to the whole story in the description box below. There's a little more to it. I didn't give you the whole story there. Gave you a chunk of it. But you guys can go and read that. I don't know what's going on in South Bend, Indiana, but apparently the mayor is not well liked. I don't know if he's doing anything about this, but the thing I really wanted to focus on in this whole story was the Eric Jones story. The shooting of 54-year-old Eric Jones by a white police officer. And some of you may go, "Oh, racism does it." You keep saying white cop shot a black man. Why do you got to bring up the race card? Well, we already did the story where 72 cops were pulled off the street in Philadelphia, and 22 more in St. Louis, was it, are affected because they're doing Facebook posts which are racist, anti-Muslim sentiments, and so forth. Come on. The race card is out there. And we're not pulling anything. It's there. It's in our face. I just happen to be a white guy and not a black man journalist. But it's out there, guys. It's real. So stop saying, "News Now, you Kaipa, stop pulling the race card." There's nothing to pull. It's there. But, again, this cop's body camera wasn't on. Why didn't he turn it on? Well, he forgot. Well, then he needs to be trained, because that's why they give them those. And you people in South Bend, Indiana, you really want to affect change? Anybody from South Bend, Indiana that just happens to watch this video, you want to make change, really, and I don't know that it will make change, create change, but you really want to affect your community, get out there, record the police. With your smartphones, with your cameras, do it in groups. I don't think they're going to shoot 7 black people at once. Try not to do it by yourself, But get out there and record those police. And for those of you who say, well, your editorial is a little different. You're not like a professional journalist. No, I'm not like the news, your normal news media model. You know, hi, I'm Guy Smiley, and I'm here to give you the news today. Here we have in the news WBNC, CBS, whatever. But Howard Stern, I think you see that. WCBS, ding dong dong. I don't know what that was. But guys, I want to hear from you in the comment section below what you think about this story, if you read it, or what you've heard me say today. Get out there and record the police, guys. It's Monday. I got to go. News Now You Keep letting you know what's going on across your nation with law enforcement and public officials and everybody. Happy Monday.